guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make Parmesan bacon cookies. I know, I've lost it. This is such a great recipe. It couldn't be easier to do, but it's definitely a twist on your regular cheese and cracker. So every time you're having a cocktail party or just having friends over for game night or something, you can present them with these and I guarantee you they're going to look at you like you are a rock star. Can you believe it? Parmesan, bacon, in cookie form. If that's not the most brilliant thing I've ever heard of, I don't know what is. But to get started, let's go over the ingredients. You're going to need some freshly grated Parmesan Reggiano. Very important, that's the good stuff. You're going to need some all-purpose plain flour, unsalted butter at room temperature, eggs, baking powder, baking soda, salt, tiny bit of brown sugar, some fresh rosemary finely chopped, and of course some cooked bacon, crumbled or chopped or whatever. As long as it's cooked, it's crispy, you can chop it up however you want. So first thing you want to do is get your oven to 375. Second thing you want to do is take a baking sheet or two and line it with parchment paper. Very important so nothing sticks. Now I'm going to make this in my big standing mixer, but you can do this in a bowl with just a spatula and a whisk. You'll get the exact same thing. Feeling a bit lazy today, so I'm using my machine. So very straightforward. It's like making a sweet cookie. You're going to cream together the butter with what would be the sugar. In this case is the Parmesan Reggiano. And you really want to make sure you use good stuff because guess what? It's going to make a difference in the end result. So please spend the extra few bucks and get the good stuff. And I'm also going to add in my brown sugar and my fresh rosemary. Now the brown sugar, you need that tiny bit of sweetness in the background to just kind of make everything come to life, and the brown sugar is perfect. But you could also use regular sugar if you don't have brown sugar. You only need about a tablespoon. So just cream this together really well. That looks good. I just want to take my spatula and just scrape the sides. You always want to do that when you're using a mixer. You want to make sure everything's well incorporated and combined. And now I'm going to just put this back to medium and add my eggs. I want that to get really nice and creamy. In the meanwhile, I'm just taking my flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and I'm just mixing this together very quickly. Looking good. I'm just going to turn it down to low and add in my dry ingredients and just mix them so it's all nicely combined. That's looking good. Now it's time to add in the bacon. That's great. That's it. It's that simple. You just want to fold it in. Now I'm just going to take my spatula. Take my spatula and just push it all off the beater. Great. Come on. I want to get every single piece of bacon off that beater. And then of course, just like with anything else that we make in the big mixer, you want to just mix everything by hand for just the last second or so to make sure anything from the bottom is incorporated. So, you know what I'm going to use to form these? Handy dandy little ice cream scooper. Makes perfect cookies every single time. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm going to form my cookies, place them a few inches apart on the baking sheet with a parchment paper. Last one. I have my other baking sheet ready to go into the oven, and they're going to be in there for about 10 to 12 minutes or they're golden brown, and then we're going to dig in. Cookies with bacon. I know! My cookies baked for about 10 minutes, and now they don't spread out as much as you think like a normal cookie would, but if you want, after you scoop them out with your little ice cream scooper, just take your 2 fingers and flatten them out a bit, and while they bake, they'll keep much flatter. But I like them, they're like this because it's, in my opinion, it's like a mixture between an awesome crumbly cookie and a little teeny tiny biscuit. So it's perfect for a cocktail party. And I should let them cool a bit more, but one of the beauties and one of the most delicious things about this is eating it while it's hot, because you can really taste the cheese and the bacon is just out of this world. So, steamy, but here I go. It is one of the most delicious little bites of heaven ever. It tastes like a really delicious crumbly cookie, but I'm telling you right now, if you serve this to your guests, they'll never see it coming, and you will not, I guarantee you, you will not be letting anybody down once you serve them these. And like I said, if you want them to be a bit more flat, just flatten them out before they go into the oven, and they'll be that perfect cookie shape. But these are kind of my way of presenting them. I think they just look a tiny bit more appropriate for a cocktail party. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. These are really good. To get this recipe and others, go to www.laureninthekitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Cheesy. Cheesy for cheesy. I quacked myself up.